All right, everybody, welcome to the One Amazing Life podcast. Once again, my name is Chris Stewart. I am one of your co-hosts. This is a show for teenagers and young adults by teenagers and young adults. And as always, I am joined by my main man, my numero uno, mi amigo. His name is
Jamie Nelson. I'm here and excited again to be with everyone on the show. Today, Chris, we get to talk about mothers.
Woo!
This is going to be an exciting show. I just want to let you guys know, too, that Chris is wearing his best outfit for his mother. I'm sure he's got his nice shirt on, nice vest, and a nice pin. What's the pin you got on there, Chris?
It is a fleur-de-lis, as in a saint. So I'm like, as a saint, I'm hoping this is going to help out my mom because maybe I wasn't always a saint. So I'm trying to help her out later in life.
There you go. There you go. Great. Well, what guests do we have with us today, Chris?
Oh, man, we got a couple of our favorites. If you guys have been on the podcast before, you know it. These two are heavy hitters. We love having them on the show every week. First off, I'm going to go with the female side of our guest. Her name is?
I'm Lindsay, and I'm super excited to be on the podcast today.
That is so awesome. Lindsay, thanks for joining us. Lindsay, how old are you?
I'm 16.
Awesome. And Lindsay, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Well, I like lots of flavors of ice cream, but I'd have to say my favorite is mint chocolate chip.
Okay. And Lindsay, one more question real quick. What's your favorite food that your mom makes?
Well, my mom's actually a really good cook, so she makes a lot of good food. But her best thing out of anything that can make is she's really good at making potatoes.
Oh, okay. I like it. Like mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, scalloped potatoes.
It's they're sliced, except they're really good. They're hard to explain. They're not mashed, but they're not full, but they're not baked. They're in between.
Well, they sound magical, so we're off to a good start. All right. And our other guest today, you know him as?
I'm Nathan, and I'm excited to be back on the podcast here to talk about moms today.
Nathan, it's great to have you back on the podcast. You guys remember Nathan was also on the siblings one, so Nathan is definitely our go-to family guest today. Nathan, now, how old are you, and what's your mom's favorite, or what's your favorite food that your mom makes?
I am 17, and my favorite food my mom makes has got to be this. It's it tastes like an In-N-Out burger, but it's like a salad, and it tastes really good. I don't know. That's all.
That
all
made no sense at all, Chris. Just want to say, it tastes like an In-N-Out burger, but it's a salad.
It's like
I don't
take an In-N-Out burger, take off the bun, and cut it up into a salad. It's good.
I'll tell you. I mean, Jamie, I don't know where he's going with this, but I love it. And for those of you listening around the world to the podcast, In-N-Out Burger is pretty much like a California institution of the best burger possible. So it's very fresh. It's a really cool idea. And I'll tell you, I personally did not eat any vegetables except for corn until I was almost in my 20s. And if my mom could have made a salad that tasted like an In-N-Out burger, I might be a vegetarian right now. I'll be honest with you.
I love it.
All right. Well, let's jump into the show. Once again, we just want to thank our guests today. And, we're saluting moms today, and we're coming into Mother's Day. And I know it's very special for all of us. And, Lindsay, we'll start off with you. How has your mom made an impact in your life?
My mom's made an impact in my life in a lot of ways, but the main thing that she's done is that she's always super supportive, and she lets me do what I love, and she always has what's best for me, knows what's best for me, and she's just a really cool mom. I love my mom.
That's awesome. Now, would you say that, and I know that we don't play favorites here, but would you say that you kind of interact more with your mom or with your dad?
Definitely my mom. I love my dad a lot too, but I've just always ever since I was little, I've always been as you say, a mommy's girl.
Well, and that's why I asked, because a lot of our listeners, sometimes, you always hear the phrase daddy's girl and mama's boy, but, sometimes, you can be a daddy's son or a mama's girl. So that's why I asked. What's probably been one of the biggest things that your mom has helped you understand about yourself?
Yeah, she always pushes me in the right direction. So that's what's really great about her. So when I was like younger, I did a bunch of sports, and which, if you know, when we play games at church, they are not my forte. So what she did is she led me in like the right direction as like with like dance and gymnastics, and helped me find what I absolutely love to do, which is dance. So she made an impact on my life by bringing dance into my life and always making sure I was doing something active and fun.
I love that. And, and what's cool about that is that I've seen you dance. I've come to your recitals, and you're an amazing dancer. And so I want to personally thank your mom, if she listens to this show, for pushing you in that direction, because watching you up on stage and seeing the positive impact you make on your friends at school and on your dance team is quite an experience. So that's awesome. Nathan, I'm going to switch it over to you and ask, what's been your mom's role in your life? Kind of like, obviously you're male. So, like I said, sometimes there's a mama's boy or a daddy's girl. We have those kind of conceptions, but with you and your mom being a son, how has that worked out with you two? What's your relationship like?
I mean, it's basically the same as Lindsay just said. Just like she's always kind of supportive, always there for everyone in our family, and just like no matter like she's always like she's just there to help for whatever it is, support you for whatever you want to do or whatever you're doing. Just always like basically she's just someone that you can always count on to help you through whatever you're doing.
Nice. I love that. And Nathan, what do you think is one of the things that your mom has taught you that has really just impacted your life, like some kind of lesson?
I'd say one big lesson that she's taught me is kind of just like, if you're ever just like in like some tough situation, just kind of sometimes the best thing to do is just kind of just take a step back and just relax. Take a minute to think about what you're doing, what you should react and something like that, and then just proceed with a little more calm into the situation. That's
such great advice too. And in my own life, I use that as well. I mean, that's so impactful, Jamie, I don't know, like so far, I love to see the impact that the mothers have on our guests today.
Yeah, I was just gonna jump in because I've been thinking a lot about Mother's Day. Mother's Day is coming up, and typically if you're in school on Mother's Day, when you're young, the teachers will help you figure out how to make something for your mom. Give them a nice card, or do one of those sheets that the little kids do, where they write down like all the information about your mom. It's kind of funny and kind of cute. But I'm wondering, when you're in high school, and you guys are in high school, what exactly is the expectation on Mother's Day? Like, are you guys doing breakfast in bed? Are you going out? So how much work is it for you? What do you guys plan for Mother's Day? Or have you guys ever, made the mistake of forgetting about it entirely? So, Lindsay, what's it like in your household on Mother's Day?
Well, we like to do like lots of fun things on Mother's Day. Different from Father's Day, my dad likes to stay home, but my mom always likes to do like some sort of fun activity. So we try and like the night before, like plan out something. And then always in the morning, I think we usually always get our flowers, because what girl doesn't like flowers? And then we've like done different things every day, every Mother's Day. Like we've done beach rides in Coronado. We've like went on a boat. We've been paddle boarding. We just do all sorts of like fun outdoor things for Mother's Day, because that's what my mom likes to do. And it's not, she doesn't really like expect anything from us, just like to have like the day just be super nice to her, like always like just tell her you love her throughout the day, which we usually do every day. So I like Mother's Day. It's super fun.
Cool. And so do you ever like buy a gift on Mother's Day, Lindsay? Is that something that's an expectation? You said flowers, but is there ever like, you have to get your mom like the perfect gift, like the right, piece of clothing or candy or chocolate or like, what is the expectation on you?
Well, I don't usually I usually get my mom a birthday gift, because me and my mom have the same birthday.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah. So, but for Mother's Day, we don't do like as big of gifts other than like flowers, because that's just like a super like kind of in the category of like Mother's Day. Because I don't really know. I mean, she's pretty happy girl. She likes her her things that she has. So she's kind of a hard gift person to shop for. That makes sense.
Okay. No, that makes a ton of sense. That's great. Nathan, what about you? At your house, what is it like on Mother's Day? What are there expectations? Are there things that are special that you do for your mom? What does it look like?
Most of the time, we usually start it with breakfast in bed, and then we'll all get her our own cards for her, and usually some flowers, maybe a gift sometimes, and then basically we'll go for we'll have some family meals, maybe like a dinner or a brunch, something like that, and basically the day's up to her to choose what to do. If she want, one time we did this family, we go on some hikes sometimes. Another time we did some family workout at Orange Theory, and she basically just chooses what she wants to do. If she doesn't want to do anything and just relax at home, then we'll just relax at home.
So you're not making plans with your friends on Mother's Day. You're not sitting down doing a bunch of homework. You're saying today's your day, right?
Yeah, it's her day.
Now, Jamie, I'd like to follow up on this question here. And since now you and your mom have the same birthday, I mean, literally, your mom gave birth to you on her birthday?
Yes, and my sister and my mom and dad's anniversary are on the same day.
Wow, that's crazy. Now, so with all that going on, what is the best gift in your mind that you have ever given your mom, besides being born on her birthday, which is a pretty good gift? What in your mind, what do you think was the best gift you ever gave her?
Well, I think the best gift I've ever given her is something that she wears a lot, which is this necklace that it's really small, and it's in a circle, and it has a little cutout of a bear, and on on the other little tag it says Mama Bear.
That sounds pretty darn cool. Now, Nathan, what about you? What's the favorite gift that you've given your mom over the years? That could be for her birthday or for Mother's Day, but maybe just something that you did special or made for or something like that.
Well, I mean, I haven't really made much because I'm not good at that, but a lot of my gifts, I mean, she really loves scarves and stuff like that. So if I can get her something like that she wears all the time, then that's pretty good.
So this is something non-materialistic, but I was thinking this because my mom always cooks. This whole quarantine, she's been cooking really good meals. So my gift to her would be I would take over her cooking for a couple months so I could give her a break. And I think she'd really like that.
Wow. That's a great gift. Private chef for a couple months. That's incredible.
That is. I mean, that's exactly what I was talking about. That's a great gift, right? Nathan, what about you?
Best thing I could think of is she really loves photo albums and stuff like that. We got a lot of those around the house. So just something like that, maybe I don't know, try and plan with my dad or something, or with my siblings, some fun day trip we could do and take a bunch of photos along the way. Maybe get a photo book of that, something like that.
Oh, nice. A special Mother's Day trip photo album, for everybody that you guys could all remember on. Oh, that's a great idea. Lindsay, what is one of the most embarrassing things maybe that your mom has ever done? Is there a picture that floats around, or what does that look like for you?
Well, my mom is just not that embarrassing. I'm just very lucky, and she's not embarrassing. It's more my dad that's will put us in some weird outfit and get spaghetti all over our face and just be Mom, so he's more of the sets everything up, and then my mom's just the picture snapper. So it's just basically it's just my mom's the picture and my dad's the okay, let's get this on her face and this on her head and this on her outfit, no shirt, shoes, like that.
Okay, good to know. I love that. That's great. Nathan, what about you?
I mean, there's nothing really that comes to mind right away, but I know there's been stuff over the years that I've been embarrassed by.
That's good that you're blocking it out then. I'm glad.
Let me give you a couple things, because my mom has done some good work at embarrassing me along the years, over the years. My mom had the ability, every time we go to the grocery store, we would go down every aisle, get everything we possibly could, pull up to the lane to check out, and then I would put everything up on the little conveyor belt deal. And right when it was our turn, she'd say, "Oh wait, I forgot something." And then she'd go disappear somewhere off in the grocery store, and I'd be standing there with a line of angry people behind me. And I would just stand there saying, like, I hope she comes back in time. I hope she comes back in time. And sure enough, the stress of that, like, I can still feel it right now. The stress of being like, here I am, some kid blocking a line with a bunch of people there. So my mom had a good way of embarrassing me with that. That's one example. What about you, Chris? Your mom ever embarrassed you along the way in your years?
Oh, man. I think I embarrassed myself more than my mom actually embarrassed me, but I'm sure she probably helped out a lot.
Hey, I got a question for Nathan, because he mentioned something that I thought was interesting. He did breakfast in bed for his mom, which is the classic Mother's Day thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I know there's probably people out there who right now are trying to figure out, like, how am I going to do breakfast in bed? How's this going to happen? What is like the proper way to do breakfast in bed for a mom? What time do you start? What kind of food do you put out? How does that work, Nathan?
Well, basically we try and get up a little bit earlier than she does. And if she tries to wake up, we make sure she does not get out of bed. And then we just go downstairs, and then we'll make some breakfast, like, I don't know, like pancakes or eggs, something like that. And like maybe a smoothie. And then we just get this like giant big platter that we put everything on, and then we just walk upstairs and give it to her, along with all the cards and whatever we're giving her that day too.
I love it. I think that's perfect. Hey, I got one last question for you two that I think would be good. So your moms hopefully will listen to this at some point. What is one thing that you would want them to know about them? If you could tell them one thing, if they were going to hear one thing from this, what would that one thing be? And so let's start with Lindsay on this.
Well, I mean, it might sound cliche, but it's just a really like great word, or like 3 words, because they just mean so much. And it's, I love you, because I love my mom so much, and she's the coolest mom in the whole entire world, at least in my opinion. Your moms are probably cool too.
All right, Nathan.
Well, of course I love my mom too, but I'd also say that she's one of like the most hardest working moms I've ever met. Like, for like a little shout out to her for her company. Like a couple of months ago, she won #1 global sales for her whole company in the whole world. So
wow,
like, I mean, every day she's always just on the phone, constantly working all day long. It's crazy. She works so hard. So,
well, look what we have here, Chris. Chris, why don't you? We decided to bring in your moms to the party, just so that you guys could talk to each other. So we are going to have to welcome to the podcast now Chris Hull and Cheryl Quinlan. Thank you guys for joining. Lindsay, why don't you introduce your mom to the crew here?
This is my mom. Her name is Chris with a K.
Great name.
Yep. She's super cool.
Now, are you guys surprised that we were actually able to get your moms on the program today?
Yeah.
See, because we wanted to make sure that all the stuff you guys were saying is actually true. Not that we don't believe you, but we thought, maybe some of our listeners across the world might be like, wow, it sounds like their moms are so perfect and everything is so good. I wonder if that's really true. So we thought, what better way than to actually get the moms on here and find out a little bit about this whole deal. Chris, we'll start with you. Tell us, what is, if you can think about it, I know there's been a lot, but what would have been the best gift that you can remember that Lindsay has ever given you? It doesn't have to be materialistic, but obviously now she told us she was born on your birthday. Now, is this actually true?
She was. This is true.
So that must have been quite a birthday.
Yes, it was. I had big plans on my birthday, and then, Lindsay came. But you know what? She was a great gift because it was super easy, and she came out smiling, and it ended up being awesome. And the funniest part of it is that originally when I would tell her when she was little, I'd be like, it's my birthday too. And she would look at me like, no, it's not my birthday. She did not get that. So as she's grown up, now she understands, and it actually is pretty fun to have the same birthday.
Wow. That is awesome. And, you said she came out smiling. So, like, the way that she is actually today is nothing new. It's been like that since day one.
Yes.
See, I love that. Now, let's shift over. Nathan, do you want to introduce your mom?
This is my mom, Cheryl.
Okay. Settle down on the enthusiasm over there, buddy. Well, Cheryl, we'd like to welcome you to the program as well. Thanks for joining us today on the One Amazing Life podcast. What's something that you can tell us about Nathan that has just meant the world to you? One thing maybe that he's done for you or said to you that has just made your whole world?
Well, as his brother and sister will tell you, he is my favorite, I have to admit. So, no, I'm kidding.
I think they actually said that when we did the sibling show.
Yep.
Well,
I've heard that before.
Yeah, Nathan has always been so special, obviously. He's a minute older than his little sister when they both came out together. So it was quite overwhelming, having 3 under 3 for years. But Nathan was Mr. Cuddly. He was always the one who was just as sweet as could be. And to this day, I think for Mother's Day, he always writes me this. I cry every year when I read his cards because he's says how special I am. And so it's great. Yeah. He's definitely, he has a very soft heart.
That brings a question up for the moms. Maybe you could help out some of the students who listen to this podcast. A lot of times Mother's Day happens and you wake up in the morning and you're like, shoot, I forgot to do something for mom for Mother's Day. Or the day before that happens. Moms, what is meaningful and helpful for you that you love that your kids do for you on Mother's Day? For
me, I don't really want anything for Mother's Day. Like, as Lindsay said, there's nothing that I want. They always make me feel special. They always make it about me. And I think for me, just like a nice card or nice words, or really that's, stuff that you keep, that stuff that you remember. And I guess I kind of just agree that like a nice card is really what you want.
Yeah, it's the cards. It's the, and when they were little, they would make really cute stuff that I still have on my desk to remember those times too. But yeah, now that they're older, when they can express themselves better, and it's my day. I love to go to brunch someplace, and then I get to pick whatever we want to do. I don't do any dishes that day. I maybe get to pick the movie, or it's just kind of my day.
Well, I just want to affirm you both. You're both amazing moms. And I say that because I know your kids and you have amazing kids. And that's no accident that happened. So thank you guys both for being amazing moms. And thank you, amazing kids, for being amazing kids and for being on the show. And Chris, do you have any closing words for us?
Once again, I just want to thank both moms for coming on the show. Cheryl and Chris, your kids are amazing, and it speaks volumes to not only just your love and support, but your parenting, and we just appreciate you so much for all the other things you do in your communities and with your other children and in the schools and everything like that. So thank you so much. I definitely want to also give a big shout out to my mom and all the other moms that are listening to this show for Mother's Day. We all really love you and thank you for everything that you do that we know about. And more importantly, we want to acknowledge you and thank you for all the things you do that we don't know about. So thank you so much for everything you do for us.
Of course, I will give a shout out to Sally Nelson, who is out there. She probably won't hear this. I think she got her first computer just this year. So we'll see how that one goes for her, but we'll do our best to get her the podcast. But yep, my mom is great. She's a hero of mine. And again, shout out to all the mothers out there who do, like Chris said, so many things that we see, and then so many things that we don't. So they're the heroes for all of us.
Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in, and we will see you again next week, same time.
And happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. God bless.